Good afternoon, I'm Jessica Lee and you're watching News on 2. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi Harun said the Royal Malaysian Police PDRM will coordinate the investigation into the death of firefighter Muhammad Adib Muhammad Kasim in accordance with the reclassification of the case from Section 307 of the Penal Code for attempted murder to Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. In a statement, Tan Sri Fuzi also advised all parties not to respond in any way that could incite racial or religious sensitivities following the rioting incident at the Sri Maha Mariamman Temple in Subang Jaya last month. Speaking on behalf of PDRM, he expressed sadness and condolences to the family members of the late firefighter who passed away on Monday at 9:41 p.m. He said Muhammad Adib will always be remembered as a Malaysian hero and that PDRM will work hard to ensure the appropriate steps are taken to preserve the peace and harmony enjoyed by all Malaysians. Meanwhile, Deputy Women, Family and Community Development Minister Hannah Yeoh has reiterated that the tragic passing of Muhammad Adib Muhammad Kasim should not be politicised. Now, she said all quarters should avoid seeking cheap publicity, but instead be considerate and allow his family to grieve in peace.
I think at this moment it is important to give the family also privacy to digest and to mourn, because I think since the incident for about 20 days they have not rested, right? And every day you just have media, you have VIP going. I think just give them some time, especially when the supposed wedding is supposed to take place this weekend. I really think that the fiancé, the tunang, needs a lot of mental support to go through this difficult time.
The Segambut Member of Parliament said the Housing and Local Government Ministry will handle all issues concerning the matter, but her ministry is ever ready to provide assistance if needed. Housing and Local Government Ministry's Secretary General Datuk Seri Muhammad Mentig said as an appreciation to Muhammad Adib's services and heroism, his pay grade has been posthumously raised from KB19 to KN22 effective immediately. Datuk Seri Muhammad said the promotion is also an effort to lighten the financial burdens of the late firefighter's family. Moreover, the government will also expedite insurance and ex gratia payouts of over 200,000 ringgit from the Fire and Rescue Department to Muhammad Adib's family members.
Kita sebenarnya merasa amat duka cita dan itu terharu di atas pemberian Allahyarham, di atas pengorbanan yang telah pun diberikan oleh Allahyarham, keberanian yang ditunjukkan oleh Allahyarham dalam menjalankan tugas dengan mengepikan keselamatan beliau sendiri.
Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia or Bersatu Secretary General Datuk Marzuki Yahya said Pakatan Harapan's or PH stance on the issue of party hopping will be decided through the Pakatan Harapan Presidential Committee. Now, he said any decision to refuse membership to opposition members is decided by the party in question, not the coalition.
Keputusan Majlis Presiden is not that unilateral punya decision, so we have to get the collective decision, because ini Pakatan Harapan. Mana memperkukuhkan suatu parti berarti kita memperkukuhkan Pakatan Harapan. It doesn't mean kita untuk bersaing di antara kita, because kalau PBBM kuat berarti Pakatan Harapan juga kuat. Jadi ini yang semangat yang perlu ada dalam Pakatan Harapan.
Datuk Marzuki expressed hope that all parties and the PH will be able to talk it over and come to a consensus on the matter. Regarding the issue of ex-UMNO members being accepted into Bersatu, Datuk Dr. Marzuki said any individuals and former opposition party members may send in membership forms to join Bersatu. However, applications will be reviewed and vetted by the party's special committee to determine if the individuals are eligible. In addition, he said the establishment of the committee is the best way to ensure that the party's integrity and the people's confidence in PH is not damaged. The Johor Bahru City Council or MBJB successfully collected 200,000 ringgit worth of property tax arrears out of an overall total of 350,000 ringgit across 3 seizure operations conducted this year. Now, the total tax arrears recorded over the past 3 years ago, among others, involved commercial and industrial premises. MBJB Public Relations Officer Muhammad Iqbal Arami Muhammad Sharif said 13 raids were carried out during the first operation series, involving a backlog of nearly 111,000 ringgit. During the second series, there was a backlog of more than 135,000 ringgit involving 17 premises.
Operasi kali ini, siri ini, jumlah premis yang terlibat adalah sebanyak 11 premis yang mempunyai jumlah tunggakan sebanyak RM97,534.
Muhammad Iqbal said this during the third series of the operations in the surrounding area of Johor Bahru. During the operation, the amount of property tax arrears collected was 58,452 ringgit out of the total of 97,500 ringgit. The action taken was pursuant to Section 148 of Act 171 of the Local Government Act 1976. Rural Development Minister Datuk Sri Rina Mohamed Harun said Kampung Kinjang in Cendriang Tapah has been selected as the pioneer project location for the Desa Harapan program. Now, she said the program is the ministry's effort to boost development in the rural areas through strategic collaboration with the government, private and corporate sectors. The Desa Harapan project differed from previous projects as it is able to coordinate private companies with the Rural Development Ministry so that rural people are capable of generating their own income through suitable programs.
Tapi yang ini kita melibatkan syarikat swasta kerana kita yakin bahawa sebagai syarikat korporat mereka juga mempunyai idea-idea baru. Mereka syarikat korporat ini mereka datang untuk membantu, memberikan tenaga, memberikan bentuk kewangan dari ilmu pengetahuan dan sebagainya.
Datuk Sri Rina said this after officiating the Desa Harapan program in Kampung Kinjang, Tapah. The Titi Wangsa Member of Parliament said as of now there are 25 private companies that have agreed to collaborate with her ministry to implement the program. As a start, her ministry targets to implement the program at one village in each state from the year 2019 to 2020. The Special Ministerial Committee on Rice Monopoly, headed by the Economic Affairs Ministry, is still looking at ways to remove the 30% of Padi Beras Nasional Berhad Bernas rice import monopoly. Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry, Sim Si Sin, said further studies on the new model to replace Bernas's rice import monopoly were currently being discussed by taking into account all aspects, including the national food security, as well as the welfare of other industry players, including farmers, manufacturers and citizens as end users.
Cadangan pemasuhan monopoli import oleh Bernas apabila dilaksanakan kelak akan memberi ruang dan peluang kepada syarikat lain sebagai pengimport berdasarkan kepada syarat-syarat yang akan ditetapkan selaras dengan keperluan mengurus pembangunan beras negara. Ini termasuklah memastikan pengimport baharu yang dilantik berkemampuan dari segi kewangan dan berpengalaman luas di dalam industri padi dan beras.
On 17th of October, the government announced it was looking at removing 30% of Bernas rice import monopoly next year to enable other industry players to enter the market before the concession of the company expires in 2021. Permodalan Nasional Berhad or PNB expects to see bigger digital subscription to its unit trust funds offerings through its collaboration with Malayan Banking Berhad. Both PNB and Maybank yesterday announced two new means of real-time investing into the Amanah Saham Nasional Berhad or ASNB units via Maybank to You and automated teller machines or ATMs. Maybank's head of Community Financial Services for Malaysia, Dato' Hamirul Borhan, said the bank was seeing over 3 million ASNB transactions conducted over its counters annually. Of these transactions, he added around 1 million comprised deposits transactions. He also expects that 50% of these deposits transactions will move to the digital platforms.
With this initiative, we offer added convenience for customers undertaking their day-to-day financial dealings with longer operating hours in a more stress-free environment via our online channel M2U and ATM.
With the launch, Maybank becomes the first bank in Malaysia where the ASNB customers will have real-time access and also top up via its online banking and mobile platforms, as well as its network of 2,700 ATMs and self-service terminals nationwide. Retail customers will also be able to apply for an Amanah Saham Berhad or ASB loan via Maybank to You, which will be made available by the first quarter of 2019. ASNB currently has 14 unit trust funds and manages 235.96 billion units in circulation, owned by more than 13.74 million account holders. Now, according to a World Bank report, 1 out of 5 children aged 5 and below suffers from stunted growth due to the lack of nutrition. World Bank Program Leader Dr. Gabriel de Mombin says this limits the cognitive development and the potential of a better life for these children. Dr. de Mombin said the rate in Malaysia is higher than that of other countries at similar levels of income, adding that undernourished children will suffer from lack of focus in their studies and life in general.
We also don't have a specific diagnosis for the causes of stunting. We point to the need for further work to better understand what are the ultimate drivers of the stunting challenge in Malaysia. It's important to acknowledge that, I think as the questioner suggested, Malaysia faces a double burden.
Dr. de Mombin said apart from a stunted growth, children will also be exposed to the possibility of becoming obese. On the topic of education, he noted that the 12.2 years spent by Malaysians in school only equates to the 9.1 years learning outcome of schoolgoers in the highest performing system. He added that there is a need to improve on the learning assessment systems in schools, which would then yield better learning outcomes.
This is about improving learning. This is a large agenda which can encompass many different aspects. We point to 2 principal priorities we see to improve learning. One is improving the quality of preschool, and the other is using the assessment program to align the entire education system around.
Dr. de Mombin said at the launch of the World Bank's Malaysia Economic Monitor on Realising Human Potential report in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. The French Embassy in Malaysia, with the collaboration of University Malaysia Kelantan or UMK, is holding an exhibition in Kota Bharu called A Living Heritage, a French ethnologist in Kelantan. The exhibition is about Janine Cuisinier, an ethnologist trained in Malay language who arrived in Kelantan in 1933 and spent 20 months there studying local traditions and customs. According to French Ambassador to Malaysia, Frederic Lepanche, the unique part of the exhibition is that Kelantanese will have the chance to view their own state from the perspective of a foreigner. Cuisinier took notes and interviewed many people, from the farmers to the Sultan, making friends among the royal family, and even took photographs, made recordings of musical performances and buying objects, which today can be found in the museums in Paris.
What we hope is that this exhibition will allow the people of Kelantan to look at their own state through the eyes of a foreigner about 100 years ago.
Upon her return to Paris, Cuisinier published in French in 1936 a book entitled The Magical Dances of Kelantan, and in 1957 another book on wayang kulit entitled The Shadow Theatre in Kelantan. Meanwhile, UMK Vice-Chancellor Professor Datuk Dr. Husaini Omar said the university plans to translate Cuisinier's book, The Magical Dances of Kelantan, into Malay and English to ensure that part of history can forever be etched and kept for future reference. Now, the Youth and Sports Ministry is considering giving incentives to the national football team for emerging runners-up to Vietnam at the recently concluded 2018 AFF Suzuki Cup. Now, its Deputy Minister Stephen Sim said although they had not managed to win the trophy, the fighting spirit and camaraderie displayed by the players were remarkable and exemplary. Speaking at the Parliament lobby, Sim said the achievement showed by Tan Ching Ho's squad is the result of well-planned training sessions and tactics.
Mereka telah menampakkan satu perlawanan yang amat rancak dan hebat di sepanjang musim AFF Suzuki Cup ini. Jadi saya rasa ada benda yang kita boleh tingkatkan dan itulah mengapa di bawah Kementerian Belia dan Sukan kita dalam perancangan untuk menyusun atur semula program NFTP itu. Tetapi saya rasa setakat ini mereka telah menunjukkan prestasi. Jadi ada hikmahnya program-program latihan yang mereka jalani sebelum ini.
The Golden Dragons defeated Harimau Malaya 1-0 in the final return leg at Maidin National Stadium in Hanoi, Vietnam on Saturday to lift the AFF Suzuki Cup for the second time on a 3-2 aggregate. Former national player Safi Salih has joined Perlis for the new FAM League season. Perlis Football Association PFA President Dato' Ahmad Amizal Shafi, who confirmed the matter, said Safi will don the Singa Utara jersey under a one-year contract. Speaking at the contract signing ceremony held in Bangi, Selangor, Dato' Ahmad Amizal says Safi's presence will strengthen the team in their effort to qualify for the Malaysia Super League by 2020, as well as the 4 best teams in the FA Cup.
Dan ini adalah langkah awal untuk pasukan Perlis untuk musim 2019. Kita nak buat satu pembaharuan dan juga kita nak buat satu perubahan. Dan insyaAllah kita harap dengan kemasukan Safi Salih ke dalam pasukan Perlis untuk 2019, kita harapkan akan bawa satu impak yang luar biasa dan juga kita harapkan akan bawa satu kejayaan untuk pasukan Singa Utara pada musim 2019 insyaAllah.
As for Safi, it was the vision and mission of Dato' Ahmad Amizal which made him choose Perlis.
Saya berbangga dan berbesar hati untuk menyertai pasukan 2019 untuk Perlis dan cuba mengukir sejarah untuk pasukan Perlis seperti mana saya telah lakukan sebelum ni dengan pasukan-pasukan lain. Saya harap dengan bimbingan ketua jurulatih dan barisan kejurulatihan dapat membentuk saya dan memahami lebih mendalam apa perancangan dalam permainan.
PFA had previously managed to lure several national players including Azmi Muslim and Kiril Muhyiddin and former Kelantan team captain Badri Razi. Now, the 5th edition of the Purple League 2018-2019 badminton tournament will witness a stiffer competition with the presence of several international players taking part, representing their respective clubs. Purple League Chief Executive Officer Datuk Jack Koh said the league is the best platform for players to showcase their ability apart from working towards competing in the international arena. Among those taking part are world champion and world #1 Kento Momota from Japan, who will be representing the Ampang Jaya Badminton Club, Boon Pusona from Thailand, national players Goh Liu Ying, Liu Darren, Goh Vishem, Iskandar Zulkarnain and many more.
We are happy that Purple League serves as the platform for all these rising stars in Malaysia to actually come and showcase themselves. Sometimes we also might have missed because some of them too far away. Terlalu jauh kita tak boleh capai. So they find their way to go to the club. The clubs find their ways to feel the players and the players perform. I think this is the ecosystem that we are looking at.
The tournament will see competitors compete in a round-robin format and playoffs, with the first stage to begin on 21st to 24th of December, followed by 26th to 30th of December and 2nd to 6th of January 2019 at GEM in Mall, Cyberjaya. The second stage will then start from 11th to 13th of January at the same venue, while the final round will take place at Resorts World Genting from 24th to 27th of January 2019. The Purple League offers a total prize money of 1.5 million ringgit. That's it from us in our top story. PDRM to probe into Muhammad Adib's murder. News on 2 will come on again at 7 this evening with more updates. Till then, I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching.